Thank you.
We all know WeWork, which is like this new real estate concept, but there's more to that. Knotel, just share some numbers with us. How many buildings you have, how many tenants, because we talked about Knotel for the first time, I think like 3 years ago, and it looked like you had a growth of like 10 times or something.
Yeah, maybe even a little more. First, maybe I should tell what Knotel is.
Yes.
Because people compare us to WeWork, but we're very different. We are in the same general space, which is space or workspace. But WeWork does co-working and we don't. We provide flexible workspace for the enterprise. And we have started doing that very early on. We realized that not just small companies need flexibility, large companies need flexibility even more. And you're right. When we first talked about Knotel, it was about 3 years ago, and we had maybe 2 or 3 locations. We have more than 200 now in 10 cities across 5 countries.
Own those locations?
We don't own any real estate. We're a platform on top of real estate. And we really provide that service to the Global 1000 or the Global 2000.
Not the small long tail, but the big companies.
Exactly. And it's a very interesting market. Companies in general spend over 5 trillion a year on office. This is more than all of IT spending combined. IT spending is about 3.7
trillion, we learned this morning.
3.7.
Okay, well, you have to speak to Sachin then, his stance is out there.
Okay.
Anyway, it's
sizable.
Numbers.
It's very, very, very sizable. And it's a highly fragmented market on the supply side, lots of owners of real estate, and highly concentrated on the demand side. About 50% of the market is these Global 1000 companies.
15?
50. 50.
50?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
And they always need flexibility. Larger companies are only getting larger. That long tail is very interesting, but not everyone in the world is an entrepreneur. Not everyone in the world comes to NOAH or interested in technology. There are lots of people working for larger companies, and they're only growing.
So you have exclusively large companies.
If you compare to traditional co-working or other flexible shared spaces, WeWork's averages are about 5 to 8 people per group, and average at Knotel is about 100 people. And they do come from some of the largest companies in the world. The enterprise has never really taken office seriously. It has never been a strategic priority for them. They never saw it as a competitive advantage. You never see or you never hear about management in the enterprises sitting around the table and saying that they need to be number 1 in office. And if you're not number 1 or number 2 in something, you outsource.
Yeah.
We all know that from any business. And before Knotel, they had no partner to whom they could outsource. So we've developed a system or a platform for them to get real estate, fit it out, and manage. And on the other hand, we work with a number of owners. We work with more owners than probably anyone else in the world. With more than 200 locations, these are all different owner relationships.
So you operate those locations?
We operate the locations.
But you also do as you can see, the concept of furnishing them?
Yes, we do. So we've developed an amazing system for working with owners and getting real estate fast. We last year acquired a company called 42 Floors, which is a search engine for office space. And that made us, that gave us both the presence and also gave us a lot of data on the real estate market, so we can make decisions on space very fast and do deals in a couple of weeks or a month, whereas in the traditional way, it takes over 6 months, 10 months, a year. We then built a system for flexible fit-out of the spaces. We built an internal IKEA-like business where
you produce this furniture yourself?
Yeah, we produce some of the furniture ourselves. We don't produce it ourselves. We design it and
Yeah.
then we send it to
Yes.
for others to fabricate.
You're not a carpenter.
I'm not a carpenter. I wish I were a carpenter. I hear it's a good profession.
Yes.
But
According to made.com, it looks like a very good.
is this made?
Yeah, you know, we struggled with furniture at the conference. You get ripped off from these like rental companies. And then I met the CEO of made.com and I looked at this beautiful furniture. And a few days later, they agreed to furnish all our stages.
Great.
And we loved it.
Maybe next year we give you better meeting rooms. So we actually so when we take the space, we then bring in our movable walls, conference rooms that arrive flat packed, different types of kitchenettes that are assembled on site,
wow.
and then we give companies a different concept of flexibility. They can both flex up and down in terms of space. So they every company
Amazon Web Service for.
it's exactly the real estate cloud. So we give them an ability to flex up and down when they need more space or less space. We also give them an ability to flexibly change the space as their business processes change internally, because we assemble a lot more than we construct, which is also amazing for the environment. 40% of all waste in New York is construction and renovation waste, and we're eliminating that.
Ah, right. So you're going to a landlord, like a property owner, who's probably maybe old-fashioned. You say, we're coming with a new concept. You underwrite then a long-term rental agreement and take some risk? Or how
So we
does it work?
we partner with owners in different ways. We take long management agreements where we manage their spaces in this hotel style management terms. You know that most hotels are not owned by large hotel
Yes.
companies, and then we also take leases from them.
So you do take some risk also.
We absolutely take risk, and I think that in the market that touches the real world, you always take risk.
Yeah, taking risk is key if you want to have some gain
Of course,
after.
of course.
And what is the utilization? Are you like fully occupied with your location?
So generally,
region by region.
So generally, we always need to mitigate supply and demand, and the locations that have been around for about 6 months or more are fully occupied. They're actually 100% occupied. Unlike with
You do the rental, you find the tenants, obviously, right? That's
obviously,
one of the things you bring to
the enterprise. The enterprise needs our product, and growth companies need our product. We came to San Francisco about 18 months ago. We now have 45 locations there. This is a product that's being used by many of the companies that I see in maybe in the audience and also in the exhibit hall. And they have their own spaces. They don't need to think about space anymore. We do it super fast, we do it professionally, and we give them a single source for all of their office or workspace needs. And we make those spaces and the people in those spaces more productive, ultimately leading to lower recruitment costs, higher retention. Those are the things that the enterprise cares about. We allow them to think of office not as a place to house their employees, but as a tool or as tools or technology for making the company more productive and making the people more engaged.
You know, you're hurting me very much by saying all these things because we don't have an office, and I sometimes wish I have. The problem is once you start without an office, it's very hard to make people move to cities they don't want to live in. So we have to work virtual, unfortunately, for now. But we're probably building up an office in Berlin. You have a location in Berlin?
We have several locations in Berlin, and we will have many more. We'll have many more around Germany.
I think you won a customer today.
Really?
At least one. Me.
Great, great. All of you are welcome.
Edward, thank you so
Thank
much,
you very much
for this really exciting. These are like new models, huh?
Thank you.
Like a new real estate model.
This is the space is the final frontier.
Find a cookie cutter concept.